Right, looks like we got a bit of a title race on our hands over in Italy as 3 points separate three sides at the top of the table. Who's going to come out on top? We'll take a little look at it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we're taking a look at match day number 25, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, where the heck have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button to keep you back up to date with all things Serie A related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We all here under one roof. Ski. That's right, boys and girls. Match day number 25 is just around the corner. But before we get into that, we're going to take a look back at match number 24. But even before that, hold the flipping phone, boys, just in case you are been hiding under a rock. I've got to let you know anyway, just this next couple of days, there have been new Patreons, boys and girls, new Patreons over this past week. So, big shout out to these guys. Aztec Marky B Mark, Constable 1976, LG and Cow, and of course, Mitchell Shoney, boys and girls. Mitchell Shoney was the latest to join us. I think he joined us maybe on Sunday, Saturday, something like that. But big respect to you, brothers, for joining us. You joined the likes of Tom Beresford, Tom Clark, and of course the legend that is John Spurn. So respect to you, brothers. I'm forever in your debt. Forever in your debt. And you've done you've done an old man you've put a smile on his face, and of course you've actually given me a boost to kind of kick this channel up the backside, and you know that's what it's all about, folks. That's what all the Patreon's all about, to motivate me and actually give us the tools and hopefully give us the ingredients to kick this channel onto another level, folks. It is of course a big year this year, international football wise, but we're looking forward. I've already got a 6-year plan, boys. Got a 6-year flipping plan. You can be a part of it. Just get involved with the patreon.com/roverseeds. Link in the description down below. You can join the VIP exclusive gang. Enough of drivel travel about that. Let's get going, folks, and take a little look at how we all got on last time out, shall we? Over in Italia. So this is the criteria once again. 0 to 3, you're in the shit-face gang. 4 to 6, you're in the straight-face club. 7+, you're in the top banana, boys. And there's a couple of them out there. And do you know what? Yeah. Yep, you know what I'm talking about. You already know, don't you? You know, don't you? You know, because you watched it last week and you know the scores. Just like me, you know, don't you? Tell me that you know. So these were the final scores last time out. Lecce did beat SPAL 2-1 in the end. I actually went with the 2-1 win myself. Bang on the flipping nose, boys. Got the one bang on the flipping nose. Oh yeah, that's right. Bologna did lose to Genoa 3-0 in the end. I actually went with a 0-0 on this one, so I got this one wrong. Atalanta did beat Roma 2-1. I actually went with the 3-2 win on this one. Not too shabby. Udinese, Hellas Verona duked out to a draw, a 0-0 in the end. Actually went with the 1-1 on this one. So not too bad on that one as well. Juventus did beat Brescia 2-0 quite comfortably in the end. I actually went with a 3-0. I went a little bit more generous on the goals there, but ultimately I got it right. Fiorentina took care of business against the nicest man in football. 5-1 in the end. I actually went with Sampdoria. I've got to take the blinkers off. Ranieri's doing an absolute shit job, realistically, at Sampdoria. As much as I want to see him do well, he's doing an absolute stonker. Sassuolo lost at home to Parma, 1-0 in the end. Actually went with a 2-2 draw on this one. Cagliari lost at home to Napoli. Yeah, I know, not my favourite. I've loved Napoli. I do love Napoli, but I just don't like the manager. I just don't think it's a good fit. 1-0 was the final score. Actually, won the 3-1 win. He just squeaked by with a win. But ultimately, I did go with a win as well. And Lazio did beat Inter in the game of the weekend. It was a 2-1 win in the end. Actually, doubled that kind of thing with a 4-3 win in favour of Lazio to really open up this title race. And AC Milan on Monday Night Football did beat Torino 1-0 over in Milan. I actually went with a 2-1 win in the end. And as you can see, boys, 7 out of 10. Puts me in illustrious company. That's right, boys. Who's with me, brothers? Who's with me in the top banana? Well, there's only one of you is with me, and it's not Ultra Omen Murat. He's in the shit-face glam. Shurish Limbu did okay for himself. Vishchikola Valasic did all right. Yeah, did absolute shitter. Amaji Monday, welcome to the gang, buddy. Yeah, you and me. VIPs this week, brother, with top bananas. Bossio Mattia did shit. Giacomo Calorulo did okay for himself. Yannick Bustel, not too shabby as well. Ishan Oja Boss did okay for himself as well. Ahmed 29, not too shabby. Blue FC, okay. Nadine Kadanka did absolutely Plonka. We are QPR also did okay for himself. And Nathan Heber, a.k.a. Purple Hazer. He did all right for himself, didn't he? Not too shabby indeed. So this is what the table currently looks like out in Serie A, with Lazio leading the way by 1 point over Lazio now in second spot. Inter Milan are in third. Atalanta make up the fourth spot. They've seemed to have broken away from the chasing pack now. Roma seem to have settled for Europa League football perhaps next year. Hellas Verona, though, what a season they're having. This time last year they were in the Serie B. But now they are competing for Europa League spots. AC Milan, Napoli not far away. Parma on 7th as well. Down the bottom, SPAL, Brescia and Genoa. They're going down as it stands. So what we're talking about this time out, we've got the latest round of matches. Matchday number 25. Coming at you. And we're going to open up with a bit of a scrappy one here for you. It's Brescia up against Napoli. Now these two sides coming into this, Napoli seem to have turned a massive corner now under Gattuso. Just one defeat at the past 6 in all competitions. That was a defeat to Lecce at home. They're on the road this week. This weekend, actually. Friday the 21st of February, taking on Brescia, the bottom. Are they the bottom club? They are the second from bottom club. 19th of the table, 16 points on the board. Napoli come into this in 9th, 33 points on the board. I did tell you about their recent form, but the last 6 between two sides has been all pretty much all in favour of Napoli. 4 wins and 2 draws. They did draw back in 2011, actually. In this division. It was a 0-0 draw. The last time played in Brescia was also in back in 2010. It was a 1-0 win for Napoli. If you want to take a look at the last 6 or the last few in Brescia, you got to go back to the year 2000, baby. That's 20 years ago for Brescia's last victory over Napoli. It was a 3-1 win, and it was in Serie B. That's right. Goodness gracious me. Brescia have actually failed to win in their last 9 matches in the division. The bookmakers, if I can get them to you, I'll give you the odds on this one in a second. But the bookmakers will go with heavily on this one. They'll go with Napoli, and the odds are 15-8 on for a away victory. 19-4 is the home win, and 16-5 is the draw. A win could see Napoli rise from 9th to as high as 6th. That'll get them back into the Europa League spots, and maybe an outside shot at the Champions League once again. And all will be forgiven. Brescia, though, are in 19th, and the win for them could see them get a couple of points closer to 18th spot. Genoa. I'm going to go with a cheeky 1-1 draw, and this one can't separate two sides. I think Brescia will be content with that, but realistically, it looks like SPAL and Brescia are already down. That's my opinion. Next up, we have Bologna up against Udinese. Bologna headed into this 10th in the table. Udinese are in 15th. Their recent form is woeful in the league anyway, without a win in 5. Meanwhile, Bologna's last few games is looking a bit more upbeat. Just 1 defeat in the past 5, winning 3 of those along the way. Their record against Udinese over the past few seasons is 1 win for themselves, 5 wins for Udinese, 0 draws along the way. They played early in the season, twice in fact this season, over in Udinese, and it has been back-to-back defeats for Bologna, 2 wins on the spin for Udinese. In fact, they've won the last 3 occasions between these two sides, but they've not played in the last 3 matches, last 3 fixtures between these two sides, they've all been in Udinese. So you've got to go back to 2018 for the last time Bologna hosted this game. And in that match, they won 2-1. That's right. Goals on this occasion from Federico Santander and Riccardo Ossolini on the score sheet for Bologna. Inarco Possetto on the score sheet for Udinese. Udinese actually failed to win their last 5 matches in Serie A, so they are not looking good, but Bologna are looking pretty decent. This match takes place on Saturday, 22nd of February. It's the early kick-off. 11-10 on in favour of Bologna. 5-2 is the draw. 3-1 is the away win. A win for Bologna in 10th could see them rise to 6th. A win for Udinese, who are down in 15th, could see them rise to 12th. That's how important it is. Get themselves out of the old relegation area. I'm going with a 2-1 win in favour of Bologna. Going with the home side on this one. Their home form, or their form period, is decent. Udinese not looking good at the moment, so they're going to have to kind of wait out for another victory. Next up, we have SPAL up against Juventus, bottom club, against the top club. It's top v bottom. Last 6 between two sides. 1 win for SPAL, 1 draw, and 3 wins for Juventus over the past 5 encounters. In fact, you've got to go back to, this time last season, roughly. Well, when I say roughly, the last time they played in SPAL, it was a 2-1 win for SPAL. Goals from Kevin Bonifazi and Sergio Floricchieri. Mosey Keane on score sheet for Juventus. I think they'd already become champions at that point last season, so they might have just kind of given it an easier sort of squad or a team heading into this. SPAL have actually lost their last 4 home matches and conceded at least 2 goals in those last 4 matches. Bookmakers, readily hot favourites going with Juventus. 11-4 favourites, Juventus. 15-4 is the draw. 50-2 is the away win. SPAL rock bottom. They are what? They are, goodness gracious me, they are 8 points adrift of safety. Sampdoria are not out of the woods yet, but they've lost 4 in the spin. Only won once in the past 5. It looks like another defeat here. Juventus are 1 point clear. A win for them against SPAL would give them potentially a 4-point lead over Lazio, depending on what goes on elsewhere. But realistically, comfortable win in the end. 3-1 in favour of Juve on this bad boy. In a busy week for them, obviously Champions League football for them. Next up we have Fiorentina up against AC Milan. Fiorentina currently find themselves 13th for the table. 2 defeats of the past 6 and 2 defeats of the past 3. AC Milan on the flip side, just 1 defeat of the past 6. Looking good at the moment. 35 points on the board. Last 6 between those two sides have gone pretty much in favour of AC Milan. 2 wins for Fiorentina, 1 draw and 3 wins for AC. They played in Milan earlier in the season. It was a 3-1 win. Eric Pulgar, Gaetano Castrovelli and Frank Ribery on the score sheet for Fiorentina. Rafael Leao on the score sheet for AC Milan. Matteo Masciano get himself sent off on that match. Last time they played in Fiorentina, though, was a victory for AC Milan. 1-0 win last season. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds on this one also taking place on Saturday is 9-5 for the home win for Fiorentina. 9-4 is the draw. 6-4 the away win. Big result needed for both these sides. Fiorentina want to get themselves away from the bottom end. They're still only 6 points off of the relegation zone. A win this week could see them make themselves safe as houses, I think. AC Milan, though, a win for them could see them rise from 8th potentially into Europa League spots as high as 6th. I'm going to go with AC Milan. No, I'm not. I'm going with a draw. Fooled you. I absolutely fooled you. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw in this one. Point split down the middle. Can't really separate the two sides. And at the end, who's going to be happy with that point? I think Fiorentina will probably be happy with the point. Next up, we have Genoa in the relegation zone. 18th spot up against Lazio. 2nd at the moment. Just 1 point away from going top of the table. Very winnable game, this one. And they'll expect to continue their recent good form. Heading into this, Lazio's form has been pretty decent. Just 1 defeat at the past 6. That defeat was against Napoli, though. Meanwhile, Genoa have also been grinding out the results. 2 defeats of the past 6 as well. Unbeaten run of 4, winning back-to-back games. First against first against Bologna, and then also against Cagliari as well. They do take place, after that? Nah, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Heading into this, though, the last 6 between two sides. 2 wins for Genoa, 3 for Lazio, 1 draw along the way. They played in Rome. Earlier in the season was a 4-0 win for Lazio. Milinkovic, Savic, Stefan Radu, Felipe Casiero and Sirio Immobile on the score sheet for Lazio. Last time they played in Genoa was around about this time last season, the 17th of February. It was a 2-1 win for Genoa. Antonio Sanabria and D'Amico Crescentio and Milan Badagi. I'm butchering these bad boy names. I do apologise. Heading into this, though, Lazio have actually won 14 of the last 16 matches, both home and away. The bookmakers go with Lazio on this one, 10-7 on for this match. 11-4 is the draw. 50-4 is the away win. Taking place on Sunday, the 23rd. Obviously, a win for Lazio could go top of the table. A win for Genoa could get them out of their old drop zone and push the likes of Lecce and Sampdoria closer to the drop. I'm going to go with a Lazio victory with a 2-1 win. Squeaky bum win in the end to take the 3 points. And again, potentially a shot at top spot. Hellas Verona taking on Cagliari, though, this weekend as well. Also on Sunday, the 23rd. Verona into 6th spot at the moment. A win away from closing in on 5th. Meanwhile, Cagliari, who started off the season fantastic without a win in at least 6 games, back-to-back defeats heading into this, and I expect them to be having a tough old boots this time around as well. Verona hosting the contest, the last 6 between two sides. 3 wins for Verona, 2 for Cagliari, 1 draw along the way. They played in Cagliari earlier in the season. It was a 1-1 draw, and the last time they played in Verona was back in 2018. It was a 1-0 win for Verona. Heading into this, a lot of draws for Verona. They've actually drawn 4 of the past 6. Unbeaten in at least 6, whereas Cagliari are actually winless in at least 6 games. I can probably up those numbers in a minute. Verona have actually won the last 3 home matches. Cagliari have actually failed to win their last 10 matches, both home and away. So Verona will be red hot favourites according to this. 19-20 on as the bookmakers' favourites for Verona on this one. 5-2 is the draw. 11-4 is the away win. I'm going to go with a cheeky 2-1 win for Verona, and that could move them a little bit closer to get into 5th spot. Torino obviously got rid of the manager quite recently. 5-game losing streak for them. They need to break that hoodoo up against Parma, who are flying high in 7th. At the moment. Heading into this, the last few encounters between two sides have been 0 wins for Torino, 2 wins for Parma, 1 draw between the two sides. They did meet last season, it looks like, in Parma. It was a 3-2 win. And the last time they played in Torino was back in 2018. It was a 2-1 win for Parma as well. Heading into this, Torino have actually lost their last 5 matches. They're looking wobbly as can be. Bookmakers 11-10 for Torino. 12-5 is the draw. 12-5 is also the away win. A win for Torino. Could they break the hoodoo and get themselves back to winning ways? Could see them back into 12th spot. Parma are in 7th. A win away from going 6th. That oust Verona and get into those Europa League spots. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw in this one. It's not going to really benefit any of the sides, really. Torino need to get a win, and fast. So do Parma if they want to get back into European football next season. Speaking of European football, Atalanta obviously in Champions League action this week. Also taking on Sassuolo this weekend. Atalanta are in 4th in the table. Sassuolo are 12th. Just the one defeat the past 5 for Sassuolo. Atalanta, 4-game unbeaten run as well. 2 wins and a draw. 3 wins and a draw at the last 4 games for them. Heading into this, though, the last 6 between those two sides here, Atalanta and Sassuolo. 6 wins for Atalanta, 0 for Sassuolo. They played in Sassuolo earlier in the season. It was a 4-1 win. A big scoreline a couple of years back was a 6-2 win for Atalanta as well. So they like playing them and they like beating them, do Atalanta. And I'm sure this is no difference this weekend. Atalanta have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 4 matches in Serie A. Bookmakers go 3-1 in favour, 3-1 on in favour of Atalanta. 70-4 is the draw. 7-1 is the away win. Atalanta currently find themselves in 4th, 9 points at least, 9 points clear, adrift from Inter Milan, who are 3rd. They're actually 6 points clear of Roma, who are in 5th. So a win will just strengthen their Champions League case for next season. Sassuolo are in 12th, a win away from going into 11th, potentially on goal difference and all that kind of jazz. But for me, no victory, no questions asked. Home victory here with a 3-0 win for Atalanta. Into the penultimate game of the weekend, it'll be Roma up against Lecce. Roma's Champions League ambitions have slowly but surely diminished. They currently find themselves, where are they? 5th in the table, 6 points adrift of Champions League football. And I don't see him getting them back in the swing of things anytime soon. However, they do take on Lecce this weekend. Last 6 between the two sides, 5 wins for Roma, 1 win for Lecce. That win for Lecce was back in 2012. It was a 4-2 win. They also played in Lecce earlier in the season. It was a 1-0 win for Roma. The goal scorer on that occasion was Edin Dzeko, or Dzeko should I say. Lecce have actually won their last 3 matches in Serie A, so they're pretty decent. Roma on the flip side have actually lost their last 3 matches. So 2 contrasting forms here and 2 contrasting positions in the table, I would imagine. 3-1 on is the bookmakers' odds for Roma for the victory. 92 is the draw. 30-2 is the away win. Lecce are in 16th, and like I said, 3 wins on the spin. A win away from potentially going into 13th. Roma are in 5th, a win away from closing the gap to Atalanta to just 3 points, but Atalanta look to have a banker on their hands with a win against Sassuolo. But there will be a win for Roma to keep the pressure on, perhaps for a Champions League spot. But realistically, I think that train has gone for Roma. And wrapping it up, it is 3rd place Inter Milan up against Sampdoria, the nicest man in football. Ranieri's boys needing to get some results. Their form book is not the worst. It is actually just 3 defeats of the past 6. But up against the Inter Milan side, who have only picked up 2 wins at the past 6. In fact, but they've won the same. The past 6 games, both Inter and Sampdoria have just won 2 each. Heading into this, the last 6 between two sides, 5 wins for Inter Milan, 1 win for Sampdoria. That win for Sampdoria is back in 2017 in Milan. So that's a bit of food for thought. However, they did play in Sampdoria earlier in the season. It was a 3-1 win for Milan. Stefano Sensi, Alex Sanchez and Roberto Gagliardini on the score sheet for Inter Milan. Jakub Janko getting himself a goal for Sampdoria. Sanchez also got himself sent off on that one. Heading into this, though, Inter Milan are undefeated in the last 8 home matches. And I fancy the chances this weekend as well. 3-10 on in favour of Inter Milan for the victory. 70-4 is the draw. 70-2 is the away Winskis for Sampdoria. A win for Sampdoria in 17th could see them rise to 15th in the table. A win for Inter Milan could see them go top of the table. Obviously, goal difference as well. They've got a stronger goal difference than Juventus, but Lazio are the free scorers in this division. I'm going to go with a 3-0 win for Inter Milan, which will do this. If my predictions were to come on in just like it is, this is what the table would look like. Heading into matchday number 26, Juventus will still lead the way. Lazio will be still in 2nd, and Inter Milan will still be in 3rd. Boys and girls, Atalanta will remain in 4th. It'll be Roma and Verona in those Europa League spots. Down the bottom is SPAL, Brescia and Genoa going down. It's pretty much as you flipping were, folks. as you flipping were. No major moves and changes. I'm just trying to see if there's any. The major movers would be Bologna up to 8th from 10th. But that is pretty much it. But that, my friends, is pretty much all I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. New videos every single day on the channel. And also be sure to check out the old description. Links to my other social media platforms are in there. Twitter, I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers, folks, on Twitter. Head on over there if you are new to or if you haven't followed me on Twitter. I'm quite vocal on there. You'll know when the videos go live. You know when I put some polls out and all that. It's a great place to talk about football. So link to my Twitter platform is in the description. Let's get over there and get me over to 1,000 followers. That'd be an absolute balmy. And speaking of getting onto followers and stuff like that, I'm trying to get to 10 Patreons, boys and girls. I'm up to 7 right now. Could you be one of the 3 lucky people to push me over to the mark to get my 10th Patreon? That platform is going to be alive with activity over the next few months. So be sure to check it out. There's a link to the old patreon.com thing down in the description. Check that sucker out. If you feel that you could contribute to the channel, I'm always open. Of course I am. Of course I am. But anyway, folks, be sure to get your predictions in nice and early down below. We'll take a little look at them next time out, and we'll see who comes out top of the table at Matchday number 26. Until then, I'm off skis. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.